Guys, it's Mike and you're watching That's Cool Vintage Collectibles, and today on the show I'm going to walk you through some of my blues record collection and show you some of my favorite items in there. Stay tuned. So today I thought I'd walk you through some of my favorite blues records in my collection. I have a lot of blues records, but some of the ones I listen to more often are going to be in this stack today that I'll show you. I'm going to start with a record from 1958. This is Big Bill Broonzy and Big Bill's Blues, and this is a great record. Most of it's live off the floor style recording, as most of these early blues records were. It does sound like it was recorded in a hotel room, and probably it was this room, I'm not sure, but it's on Columbia. It's a great great original pressing. I like that record a lot. So Big Bill Broonzy is the first one. The next one is Albert Collins, and this is the king of the Telecaster. And if you're looking to get into Albert Collins, the record to start with is Ice Pickin', and just a great electric blues record, and Albert Collins is just such a force on the Telecaster. Love hearing his stuff, so that's a good one to check out. I listen to that one pretty frequently, actually. The next one is Reverend Gary Davis, and this one's a reissue. Great acoustic stuff, gospel blues. Phenomenal blues player Gary Davis was, and such a soulful voice, but this one's a reissue and still has everything where it needs to be. It's a great record. Check that one out for sure. That one's good. I'm a huge Chess Records guy, and this is the Chess box set for Willie Dixon's stuff. Now, of course, Willie Dixon wrote for Little Walter, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, Bo Diddley, a lot of other players. So on this collection is all the stuff that he was a part of, and it's a very good 3-record set. Comes with a booklet, talks all about it. So that's a cool box set. Any of these early Chess boxes are really cool and well put together. So that one, not sure how common that is anymore or how expensive it is, but that's a good one to track down. Next up we have Junior Wells' band, and this features a young Buddy Guy on guitar, Junior Wells on harmonica and vocals, and this is a cool record. This is a reissue as well. I've never seen the original of this, but I guess it's out there. Great Chicago blues stuff, and that's some of my favorites. So if you like that kind of thing, or you want to explore early Buddy Guy, this is a good place to start. Next up we have John Hammond and Country Blues, and this is one of my favorite John Hammond records. It's early in his career on the Vanguard label, and just a great connoisseur of the blues, and one of the guys that really did start to play that Robert Johnson style very well. And of course his dad was well known for trying to get Johnson to come to Carnegie Hall. So definitely he's been in the blues scene for a long time, and I like that record. Had the chance to meet him one time. That'll come up on a video down the road. This is a UK pressing on the Blue Horizon, sorry, upside down, the Blue Horizon label, and Roosevelt Holtz presenting the Country Blues. This is kind of a rare record, but anything on that Blue Horizon label is really decent. It's hard to find, but it's good stuff to check out. And just a great blues record from maybe somebody that you haven't heard much of. So that one is definitely one to check out. I'm not sure how easy it is to find anymore. This is Earl Hooker, and he has a great electric blues vibe going on with this record, and it's on the Bluesway ABC Dunhill label. Great stuff there. That's one I like to listen to as well. That is maybe a little off the radar for some people, so worth checking out for sure. Up next, Something Blue, Lightning Hopkins on Verve Records, and if you haven't heard Lightning Hopkins, it's definitely a name you should start getting into if you like blues stuff. He's got such a soulful voice. Great song on here called Shaggy Dad. Cool, one of my favorite blues players. It's certainly a guy that's worth exploring. Next we have John Lee Hooker at Newport, and another record that I listen to somewhat frequently. It's a great live set at the Newport Festival, and captures Hooker even playing some of his classics, like Boom 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 is on here, and what else is on here? I Can't Quit You Now. There's things that he's not really known for, like storytelling and stuff, that he does on here. It's quite good. It's very primitive, but that's John Lee Hooker, and it's a great record of his early stuff. Up next we have Son House and Father of the Folk Blues. This is a reissue. Son House instrumental, of course, in discovering Robert Johnson. But some of this material is really, really pretty classic stuff. Preachin' Blues is on here as well as Death Letter. He's got a little bit of a more menacing vibe than a lot of blues players, and some of this was recorded a lot later in his life. He wasn't recorded a ton early on in his career, but this is certainly somebody to be aware of and to check out for sure if you like dobro style, storytelling kind of blues stuff. This is a good one to check out. So that's Son House. Up next, we have Hound Dog Taylor and the House Rockers. And if you like good house rockin' music, this is it. And this is on the Alligator label, which is a great blues label. And this is a power trio of sorts of the blues, but more kind of the George Thorogood vibe, but a little more authentic and a little more stripped down. It's a great sounding live record, and good stuff on there for sure. So check out Hound Dog Taylor. That's really good. All right, here's a classic, Howlin' Wolf, Moanin' in the Moonlight, and this is a reissue. I've never found the original of this, but just with Smokestack Lightning alone, this is worth picking up. What can you say about Howlin' Wolf that hasn't been said? Just that's a decent one to check out for sure. Next, Mississippi John Hurt, 1928 sessions, and some people don't like this early stuff as much. This is on the Yazoo label, and I'm a fan of some of this really early stuff. I think it's so authentic, and it was recorded at a time where people were doing it for really authentic reasons. So this is definitely one to check out and explore if you wanted to get into him. Next up, Elmore James, one of my favorite blues players. This is Screamin' Blues, and this is somewhat of a greatest hits of Elmore James, so I do like to listen to this one a lot. But Shake Your Moneymaker's on here, Sky is Crying, Every Day I Have the Blues, It Hurts Me Too, Dust My Broom. Lots of good stuff that came out of Elmore James, and that's a great compilation of his stuff to check out if you wanted to get into that and explore him. The last one I'm going to show you in this little stack is Etta James, and this is one that captures her at a time where her career was sort of a little bit, this is more of a comeback album than anything. But great stuff on here. Take It to the Limit is a wonderful cover of the Eagles tune. And this is actually a promotional copy. But Etta James, it's a later album, definitely worth picking up. Kind of a cool record. And she's always so good. Good one to check out. I'll do one little small stack more, and then maybe I'll do another one of these in a month or so about some blues records in my collection. Another one I like a lot is this Taj Mahal record from the 60s, and he was such a cool musician, and certainly Stones were big fans of his, and he did some stuff with them. But kind of a cool record there for sure. That one is on Columbia. Kind of a good one to pick up. Next, Long Way From Home, The Blues of Fred McDowell, and that is a name that you might not be that familiar with, but certainly very authentic sounding stuff. This came out mid-60s, I believe. Good record. It's on Milestone, this one. So just something if you want to check out his stuff. This is a name that you might not be that familiar with, but this is Blind Willie McTell and Atlanta Strut, and this is a lot of his early stuff. This is really old blues stuff, and actually this record, if I remember, yeah, this is on blue vinyl, which is kind of cool. He did the original Statesboro Blues that the Allman Brothers made so famous off their Live at the Fillmore album, but this record came out as part of a series of early blues records, and I forget the label, Complete Blues. Snapper Music did these. And there's a whole bunch of them. I know Blind Lemon Jefferson is on there. I can't remember. I've got a bunch of them on CD as well. But they're really good compilations of a lot of the what would have come out on 78s back in the 20s. And they're very well done. So Blind Willie McTell, that's that one. And the last one today from 1964 on the Folkways Blues Classics label. This is Memphis Minnie. And Memphis Minnie, of course, wrote When the Levee Breaks, that Led Zeppelin had a big bunch of success with. So she's definitely one of the ladies of the blues that you don't see too often, but good record and a good compilation of her stuff. Just if you wanted to kind of have a sampling of what that sounded like, this is a good place to start for her. I don't really know what other albums she has. I'm not that aware. This is the only one I've ever seen, so I'm not sure what else is issued by her. But there you go. There's some blues records that are in my collection that I think are worth exploring and checking out if you'd like to get into blues. As I say, I'm going to do another maybe 2 or 3 of these series on just certain genres of music, and I'll do a few more on the blues for sure. And just things that I think are worth exploring and checking out. And maybe if you see a record sometime when you're crate digging, it'll ring a bell. That might be a good one to check out and listen to. There you have it, friends. A little bit of blues music for your Friday. And if you're just getting into collecting records and exploring the blues, those are some of my favorites and ones that you might enjoy. Thanks very much for checking out the channel. This is month 2. We're brand new. I like to do and showcase all kinds of different types of collectibles, including records and rock and roll memorabilia, instruments, vintage sports memorabilia, pop culture, comics, antiques, you name it. I like to collect it. So that stuff will be on the show. And if that sounds like something you'd like to check out, give us a like and subscribe, and keep on collecting.